a Gye-Nyame man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent sinner. I pledge to find and connect with my sinner. I pledge to build my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself. I pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations. I pledge to promote the principles of the Gye-Nyame warrior and to assist all those seeking the path of success. I pledge all these things first to myself, my teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Gye-Nyame. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. That is the Gye-Nyame prayers that is said by all of our true members at least once a day. Peace and welcome to our YouTube channel. Check out our videos and podcasts. Subscribe as well as join the journey. Push past your self-imposed limitations within the Gye-Nyame journey. Peace. Alright, peace y'all. This is Brother Hatil coming at you live and direct. I'd like to welcome you to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I am your host, Brother Hatim, and of course you know this is Tribal Quotes on the 14th of December, where you know this is a Heart of a Simmer production, where we are all always striving, always striving to blow up your old paradigm. Now, I know y'all might be getting some feedback because I have some of the sound effects up and live for my mic. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, we started streaming on Facebook because some of the fam wanted to join us on Facebook. So, it's a beautiful thing. Of course, y'all know that the lines are always open. Uber Conference is waiting for anybody want to call in. Is at 614-556-4535. Before I get into the news, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the proverbs that we will possibly cover, because we got five of them that we could discuss. And what I want people to do, whether you're listening through Spreaker and you want to direct message me through Spreaker, whether you listen to me on Gye-Nyame Journey on Gye-Nyame.com, you can also direct message me. You could direct message me on Facebook, or you could join us on a live feed on Facebook and let us know, or call in, because I'm going to need somebody to pick which ones we need to cover, because I'm not trying to go over 60 minutes because I don't want to burn up all your time. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the Proverbs so that y'all can have some time to ponder upon them while I run through some of the news and I let people know who is sponsoring the show. As y'all can see, Miss Sasha always got to try to make her appearance. All right, so we got 5 we trying to cover. The reason we're covering 5 this week is because we're leaving. This is the last part of the exercise, the chapter called The Exercise of Sacrifice. So I like to do 3, but I don't want to leave a week unbalanced, because it would be 3, then the next week will be 2. I don't really want to do that. So I want to finish the sacrifice chapter strong. So here we go. Y'all ready? All right, here we go. When one puts forth, one takes in, say the knowledge holders. That's number 1. Proverb number 2, say the knowledge holders. Loving cannot be done without sacrifice. Thus linking is not made without sacrifice. Say the knowledge holders. That's number 2. Number 3, say the knowledge holders. The motive of the sacrifice must be as great as the object. That's number 3. Number 4, say the knowledge holders. The good of the object signifies the good of the motive of the sacrifice. And number 5, sacrifice marks consciousness. Say the knowledge holders. All right, so I'm going to let y'all rest on those. I'm going to read those again as if more people join, or even if more people don't join. I want to thank all of the people that's been faithful and listening to us on Spreaker, because we've been doing tribal quotes for a while now. This is my 1283rd show. So it's been a long road. But of course, y'all know this show is now sponsored by Gye-Nyame Journey, or G&J's That Ambrosia. This is the yellow cap. The yellow cap, for those uninitiated, the yellow cap stands for lemon, lime, and ginger. I call this the Justice League of the Ambrosia. Of course, I always got to have my cup so I can make sure that I don't make a mess, because it's a live beverage. So I want y'all to realize that when you open it, you got to allow it to flow. I want the people that's out there to be able to hear it. I'll let y'all see it in a second. But y'all hear that? Yeah. Somebody out there gave me the thumbs up. Shouts out. I see David Lee on the line. Who else on the line? Let me know. All right. So, this one. And you can smell the lemon, lime, and ginger as it comes out. Because like I said, man, I'm trying to make sure I give y'all quality. I'm trying to make sure I give y'all something that's healthy. I'm trying to make sure that I'm improving your life. So I like opening these on air and sipping on them while I do the show, right? So, it is what it is. Let me go get me a paper towel. I'll be right back. So, I might need to do some exit music. Oh, man, ain't no paper towel. Where's... I'm out of paper towels, people. I'm out of paper towels. All right, so we're going to kick it. And it don't even matter how many people show up, because I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to do the damn thing, as they say, because that's what I do. I'm a nation builder, right? This is what I do. So I'm going to put down the towel, and I'm going to let loose. All right, so that y'all can see. I'm going to scoot it back up. All right, they keep on telling me they made videos looking back at my year. It's very interesting how Facebook can, they got all of our information, so they could tell us everything we did in the year. I look back on my year, and a lot of stuff happened that I don't even remember. So I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So, callers, I'm taking calls in about 5 minutes. All right? But we're going to run through the news, but I'm going to, it's done. All right. Well, it's almost done. Y'all see that? Look at that. Look at that. You see that? Champagne of kombucha. Right here in Columbus, Ohio. That June, that ambrosia, that food of the gods that's just alive and is ready to be consumed, right? It's ready to jump down your throat and give some wellness. All right. Kev to Crawford. My son Kevin is on the goddamn line. Shouts out to Kevin, Isaiah Williams, Cartography. That's dope. All right. So he's shooting pictures. So he's gonna come and do some professional shots of me drinking some umbrellas. I want y'all to see it pour. You know, I know y'all like, this is the longest commercial I have ever seen in my life. Well, when we funding ourselves, that's my daughter, Gina. You want some?
Sure.
Hey. We have, you got a hole in your lip? Huh? You want some size? All right. Well, go to bed, y'all. So, hey, shouts out to Kev. Now, if y'all have any comments or any questions, feel free to shoot them out, because we're about to go into these proverbs. But, of course, first we got to hit the news, because there's a lot of fuckery going on in the world, and we have to be willing to confront this fuckery head on, or it will run amok and destroy us. Now, I know y'all wonder, I like to hide behind the mic, because all I need is one mic. Oh, my God. Man, that ambrosia is good. Fam, I'm going to be having an ambrosia party soon. I got to figure out how I'm going to do this, you know. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right. Woo! Here we go. Let's go into the news. I'm going to the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline. We're going to go up to the top. Now, of course, this week, an honored elder by the name of Kojo Kamal passed away. We want to send shouts out to him, a Gye-Nyame salute, and he gets the bell of attention. That's right. And he also get a shot of thunder. Yep. I want y'all to hear that. Let me start over. He gets the bell of attention. He gets a shot of thunder. He get the cymbal roar. The cry of the phoenix. And a round of applause for a life well lived. Shouts out to the elder. Much respect for the work that he did in the community. Now, but I need to go up a little bit because on the timeline, of course, y'all missed the show yesterday. Y'all missed the powerful story. Y'all need to tune in. You can get it on Spreaker. You can download it, or you can sit down and watch it on Facebook. That's your choice. You know what I'm saying? All right. But there is a skin bleaching plague that is sweeping through the Caribbean right now. Is in Jamaica. We know it's all over Africa. Black folks trying to lighten up their skin, and it's a goddamn shame, right? Some girls are black and ugly, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this is the shit that they saying. I mean, I'm sitting up here like, this is incredible, right? Still to this day, we got black folks trying to bleach their skin. This is on the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline. Go to facebook.com, Gye-Nyame Journey, right? /GYENYAME Journey. And you'll be able to follow me with what I'm talking about on the timeline. But I'm only talking about the timeline for a couple more minutes. We're going to get into the show. Proverbs are coming. All right. So, I'm going to go down a little bit more. All right. So now we get into some of the news, some of the other news. All right, I don't want to talk about okay, there we go. All right. UPS rolls out the first e-bike delivery in the United States. That's inhabitat.com if you want to read that one. Boom. E-cigarettes are unsafe. Major public health concern for the young. We spoke about Sister Janice's post yesterday. But let's see. We see some, while Europeans blusters, Britain military will still be a force to be reckoned with. So Britain is still getting their military together. We know some stuff about to go down. Hopefully those of you that are paying attention, you know something's about to go down and you getting prepared. Start getting yourself prepared. You know what I'm saying? Start getting in shape. Start meditating. Start intermittent fasting and stuff like that. Because you never know when it's going to go down. When it goes down, you want to make sure that you are prepared. All right, so I got, for a shot of mastery, on December 10th, I put Surya Banala. She's a black ice skater. And oh my God, from France, this girl is bad. You know, she got disqualified for being so good. I mean, it's crazy when you get disqualified for being good. She does a routine where she's skating around and she's doing shit on skates that most of us can't do walking. It's incredible, right? So if you get a chance, check her out. She got one part where she speeds and she turns around and she does a full backflip. It ain't even a backflip. I don't even know what they call it, but whatever it is, it looks impossible. She goes into a spin and another spin, and then she speeds up and she does a full no-hand backflip on skates, on ice skates. Now, hey, you know what I'm saying? Vikings, I got a thing on there from Grimfrost where they talk about Vikings, Santa, and Christmas, and they connect that. So y'all going to start seeing a lot more of those videos. Be aware of that. You're going to start seeing a lot more of these videos where they're going to start trying to attribute all of the holidays to the European origins, because now they're going to start, the media and certain sources are going to start upping the European culture piece, because part of the outrage is that people are starting to embrace their culture. And now, since they are pushing the European piece on the back burner, there's a backlash from that. So now you're going to have Europeans grabbing to their culture, which in a sense they should, and they're going to start trying to claim shit. We already know that they try to take over everything. You know, they want to claim everything, right? Knowing for a fact that there were solstice celebrations all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Winter solstice, summer solstice. There were equinox celebrations all over the world. These are points in time that are major in the in the super conscious of all people, right? But of course, The West Asians going to try to take it. Former NFL player Joe McKnight killed in reported bad rage incident. Now, this dude shot this brother and walked out of jail. Let me take a sip on that one. Take a sip. Those of you on Facebook, take a sip of this and yeah. Shot this man and was out of jail in like 24 hours. Another sip. Yeah. Yeah. That's how we do it now. Shouts out to Leslie Dawson. Thank you for joining us. So go and read that article for yourself. Form your own opinions. Obama called for full review of election hack before Trump takes office. Now, I'm warning y'all about this, right? This is my theory, right? They don't want to say that America wanted Trump. What they're going to say is that America was swayed by the Russians. So once again, we're blaming others for some obvious shit and some obvious feelings that are here. You know what I'm saying? There's an elephant in the room. Nobody, at least no, that's one of the benefits of this ambrosia, helps you burp, right? But nobody wants to admit and deal with the issues that's sitting right in our room. We have cultures that have been destroyed by the West Asians that came over here. Destroyed. That we still don't want to deal with. We don't want to deal with slavery. We don't want to deal with the massacre of the Native Americans. We don't want to deal with none of that shit. We want to just move forward and act like all that's okay. Right? But in fact, it's not. You know what I'm saying? And those feelings, the things that fight those feelings from coming up is white outrage. Right? And, you know, with the black president coming, that was one slap, you know, and then with other cultures being able to express themselves, that's another slap, right? And right now, what the media is trying to do, they're trying to cover it up and say, oh, no. It wasn't. This is not how America feels. No. This is Russia, which is more West Asians. Get the fuck up out of here. Come on now. I ain't fooling nobody. All human-made objects on Earth amount to about 30 trillion tons, which is cool because we got everything from the Earth that we made this shit out of anyway. So, you know, we just got 30 trillion tons of trash. Now, waste management for some of our children need to be one of the businesses that we look into. Can our children come up with creative ways to recycle, to get rid of, to reuse some of this trash, to transform it into other things? These are fields that we need to be seriously looking into for ourselves and for our children, you know, because a lot of us is looking for business things. Like we got cartography out there, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you actually need to call in Mr. Kev, Mr. Isaiah Williams, brother, son, you need to call me 614-556-4535 because I want to make sure I'm saying it right. And if I'm not saying it right, I want you to be able to correct me so that we get so we can make sure. All right. So the lines are open. We will be opening up in a minute. I got just a few more news pieces to run through. NASA power supply mistake in the International Space Station was totally avoidable. So once again, laziness, they fuck some shit up. Couple of $1 billion floating around in space right now. All fucked up. I'm going to take a sip on that one. Couple of $1 billion. Floating around the planet. Fucked up energy cells. Wonder what y'all president gonna do about that one. Oh. Dylan Roof. This one is coming from CNN.com. Mass shooter Dylan Roof, with a laugh, confess I did it. I did it. This motherfucker is sitting in the interrogation with Burger King. Me and all my sons been sitting in interrogation, and they ain't even offered me a cup of coffee. Right? This motherfucker killed about 9 black people. he get Burger King. I think they took him to Taco Bell before they took him to jail. I'm going to take a sip on that one. Yeah. I'm going to take a sip on that shit right there, yeah. Dylan Roof get Burger King while he's being interrogated. Janice, you need to be calling in. Shouts out, Janice. You need to be calling in. I don't know what's going on. I don't love me no more. I understand. All right. So now we're going to get into these proverbs. Get your fingers ready. Oh, my fault. I got 7 reasons to drink kombucha, which is this ambrosia. Now, I'm going to give y'all them 7 reasons, and then we're going to move right into 7 reasons. The reasons. Computer moving slow. All right. Let's see. All right. They say kombucha is a fermented beverage. A black tea, mine is green tea and sugar. Mine is raw honey. That's used as a functional food. So actually, this is a food. It contains a colony of bacteria and yeast that are responsible for initiating the fermentation process once combined with the sugar or the honey. After being fermented, kombucha becomes carbonated and contains vinegar, B vitamins, enzymes, probiotics, and a high concentration of acid, acetic, gluconic, lactic, which are tied with the following effects. Improved digestion, 1. Weight loss, 2. Increased energy, 3. Cleansing and detoxification, 4. Immune support, 5. Reduced joint pain, 6. Cancer prevention, 7. All right. On to the proverbs. All right, let me see. I need to check the lines because the teacher might be trying to call in and we don't want to miss that one. All right, audio options, my computer. I'm using all that. Let's see, make sure it's on.
You are the first.
Yeah.
While we wait for the others to join.
Lines are open. 614-556-4535. We are about to hit the proverbs, and here we go. Right now, we are on the exercise of sacrifice, which is a very powerful chapter. Actually, this one is the chapter that made me fall in love with this book. We're gonna try to run through 5 of them, right? So, you calling Hangout? No, don't call Hangout. No. I will call you back. 614-556-4535. Hold on. Let me go and text that in. 614-445. 614. I don't know my own number. 614-55. Oh my God. 556-4535. Hit me up. Let's talk. All right. Yeah, I think that's right. All right, cool. So now, let's go through it. The lines are open, and I'm waiting for any calls. If not, we going to kick it anyway. So here we go. First one, I'm going to go in order since nobody's on here that I could. Well, actually, anybody that's listening, pick a number between 1 and 5, and I'll start with that. We have been joined by guess who? The teacher. That's right. The teacher is on the line. I have been missing you, sis. What's going on?
Yeah, I just heard you call me out. I didn't appreciate that. We struggling up here. We struggling up here in the D. That's all.
I know. I mean, y'all ain't that far from Flint. I'm surprised some of that water ain't flowing over that to your side.
The people in Detroit been drinking dirty water for 40 years. That was just new to Flint.
Now, the only problem is I got to figure out how to get this over to Facebook Live because they hearing us on Spreaker because you got people listening to you.
So what do I need to do?
Oh, you straight. You
okay.
Straight. I mean, because our real listeners, right, are going to be tuning in on Spreaker or through Gye-Nyame Journey anyway. You got people. I mean, we got people all the way up into Switzerland checking us out. I'm just waiting for them to I'm waiting for them to send us some tickets. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So if you out there,
you want me to call the other number, or I'm good?
No, this is good because they'll see me talking to you on Facebook. And by the way, I just keep on letting them know I'm talking. I've been joined by Sister Janice, also known as the teacher. You see me posting up her comments on the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline as well as mine. She has a powerful insight into the education system because she has been working in education for maybe a couple of years, you know.
Almost 30 years.
All right, she don't mind. She said almost 30 years. So,
yeah.
You know, her posts be on point. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing that she's trying to help the world avoid is having a ignorant population. But unfortunately, I'm working with her on that. We kind of being overwhelmed on that.
Well said.
You know what I'm saying? It's incredible. But the 5 proverbs, I'm gonna read them over again, and then you could decide on which one you want to start with, and we're gonna break it down.
Okay.
Brother Isaiah or Kevin, the number is 614-556-4535. Once again, that's 614-556-4535. Now, those of you that are too shy to get on the line, you can send us either through Facebook. You can send us a direct message. I'll see it, and if Janet's looking at her computer, she'll see it as well, and we can respond to that. Also, if you call in, you want to join the conversation, you are more than welcome, because this, as usual, is going to be a life changer because our ancestors crystallized this wisdom. Because although we got new technology, life is not new. Our ancestors have experienced in some form or fashion everything we're going through. Yes, they have experienced even a Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? He by a different name, some madness, but they have already dealt with this, and they laid down the information for us to make it through. So here we go. When one put forth, one takes in, say the knowledge holders. That's one. Number 2, say the knowledge holders. Loving cannot be done without sacrifice. Thus, linking is not made without sacrifice. Number 2. Here's 3. Say the knowledge holders. The motive of the sacrifice must be as great as the object. Damn.
Wow.
Say the knowledge holders. The good of the object signifies the good of the motive of the sacrifice.
Read that again, please.
The good of the object signifies the good of the motive of the sacrifice. And last, sacrifice marks the consciousness. Say the knowledge holders.
Yes. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
So which one you want to start with?
That last one. Because it is 2016. And we are at the precipice of either the beginning or the end. And that statement could not be more powerful than it is right now.
Sacrifice. So Sister Janice has chosen for us to first start our conversation about sacrifice marks the consciousness. Sacrifice marks the consciousness, say the knowledge holders. Now, you want to start off, or you want me to just jump in?
Go ahead and start. I got you.
All right, cool. So, sacrifice. First off, sacrifice is giving up something.
Right.
Sacrifice is giving to something. Sacrifice is giving up yourself, and I already spoke about this last week because water is a great, like libations is a sacrifice. When we pour libations, that's a sacrifice, or at least it's supposed to be. Nowadays, because water is so easily accessible to us, water is still acceptable. But the highest forms of libations are tears, sweat, and blood. Those things come from when we are working towards something.
That's right.
When you are conscious, right? Because we're gonna have me and you gonna have to have a conversation, because I'm understanding there's a clique in New York that, you know, they call themselves the conscious community. No disrespect. They say they started consciousness. They started this whole conscious movement shit. And I'm kind of thinking that in 88, you know, 89, we was doing it. Our elders was doing it before us. And I think we was kind of using the word conscious. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of thinking there was pockets of consciousness and people using the word terms conscious all over. But consciousness or sacrifice marks consciousness, because in order to really be conscious, you have to be willing to give up something.
That's
you know what I'm saying? In order for you to say, hey, I'm awake. I mean, actually, consciousness is saying, hey, I'm awake. I see what's going on. I'm no longer sleepwalking, right? Mm-hmm. So in order for me to do that, I have to give up something. I can't drink as much liquor. I can't smoke as much weed. I can't, I have to spend more time. I have to spend time, which is one of the most valuable resources we have, in order to get the information to not only keep me conscious, but to elevate my consciousness. Mm-hmm. So when I start making sacrifices, right? When I start making a sacrifice, it marks and it's a sign and it's a proof that I have become conscious, because I understand that I cannot sow unless I reap, right? Which requires consciousness. You want to hit it? Now, don't wait.
I'm gonna say this piece real quick, and then I want you to keep going. So, the issue of sacrifice is one that is layered. When you talk about groups of people who don't have a lot to lose. And so the notion of sacrifice to people that have very little is a very, very interesting conundrum. Baby girl getting big.
Yeah,
she
man.
getting big. Here she comes.
Yeah.
So when you talk about sacrifice and you talk about people like your next president-elect, he doesn't even know what sacrifice is. But when you define sacrifice like you have as tears, blood, and sweat, that makes things very, very clear. And that is the sacrifice that we need to reach consciousness.
Right. Blood, sweat, and tears. That's the only way. That's the only. I mean, because water still works. Don't get me wrong.
That's right.
But at one point in time, we have to understand how hard it was to get water. Right? Because people, I mean, we have fantasies that people used to just be able to go down to a nice stream and get water. But one of the lessons our native brothers and sisters are teaching us, particularly in North Dakota right now, is that having water and taking care of the water are not at all the same thing.
Oh my God.
That's a very true statement. And taking care of the water and then being able to go and get the water, right?
That's
right. You know what I'm saying? You know, because we used to have to work to get water.
That's right.
Sacrifice requires work. Many of us think that is one that I don't think we covered. It says, if what you are given, well, actually, if what is to be offered is not one's own, then how can it be a sacrifice?
Right. Amen. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We got plenty of people in our lives. We got plenty of people around us that want to give up other people's shit, but they're not willing to give up their own. They're not really willing to sacrifice their own. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's certain sacrifices you had to give in order to move towards the level of education that you are in.
That's right.
Consciousness. There's different types of consciousness. All the consciousnesses are not the same. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But in order for us to progress and in order for us to wake up to, because actually, when you become conscious, you have mastered something. You have spent enough time to become proficient and are on your way moving towards mastery in something. So actually, the only people I honestly believe are awake or conscious are people who are seeking some form of mastery, right?
That's right.
Our ancestors were big on mastery. See,
that's right.
In this society, they try to train us to be jack of all trades. But in our original culture, as well as this culture, because they don't tell you this until after you graduate, and then you got to start going back to pay money to become good at one thing that you could have been working on all the time.
Right.
In our cultures, we worship mastery. You know what I'm saying? The object was to become a master mason, a master builder. You know what I'm saying? Master carpenter, a master shoemaker, a master warrior. The goal was to master a skill, because in mastering a skill and making the sacrifice to move towards mastery, that sacrifice will in a sense come back to you in the form of a sustenance that will be able to sustain you throughout your life. You know what I'm saying? But we moved away from that. We moved away from that in our community. So we could be jack of all trades and go and become consumers. When you are a master, you know what I'm saying? You live pretty good. You have a pretty good life. You have a pretty good life. You know what I'm saying? You're able to have cats, dogs.
Right.
You're able to have kids. You know what I'm saying? You're able to help a lot of people. I mean, that's what happens with mastery, because people love having masters around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, so, you know, and then also, like I said, man, it's like one of the reasons that when I think about one of the reasons that I think that it was so easy for Donald Trump to get in was because people want change without sacrifice. We have people who want to stay asleep. So what they're looking for is they're looking for a politician, or they're looking for somebody that's different. Can you go upstairs? She's standing. She get moved right in front of the camera and start talking. But anyway, you have
does it all the time. Stop acting like it's new. It's okay.
I gotta act like it's new because we on Facebook now. That's a whole new audience. They don't even know who she is. But anyway, you gotta go back. Gotta go back in the shows. Gotta go back in the shows.
She's cute though.
So, one of the things that I think that a lot of people don't understand is that there is no change. There is no awakening or becoming conscious without sacrifice. When you become conscious, things change. Consciousness is a change. And people want change. So we voted for Obama because we wanted a change. A lot of people came out and voted for Trump because they wanted change. But people don't understand that in order to get the changes that we want as a country and as individuals, we have to make a sacrifice. This is a primary element in all of the spiritual systems and all of the religions in the world. Some form of sacrifice had to be made. All right, we was just joined by somebody else. Is somebody else on the line?
Yeah.
How do you say the name of that of your company?
It's Cartography.
Cartography. The lips was getting in my way. You know, I got big lips, so it's hard for me to pronounce certain words. Cartography.
That's cool.
All right.
Cartography.
All right. So, all right. So now we're talking about consciousness. Did you want to add something to that conversation, or you ready to move on?
I'm ready to move on.
All right, cool. Shouts out to Victoria Edo Ago, also known as Brother Hatim's wife. All right. All right. So let's go on. Say the knowledge holders. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go up to the first one. When one put forth, one takes in. Say the knowledge holders. Once again, when one puts forth, one takes in. Lord have mercy. Now, those that want to hear the conversation, you are going to have to go to Spreaker, or you can finish enjoying this right here on Facebook Live, but you need to go to the Spreaker. You go to Gye-Nyame.com. I will type it in before we leave. Go to Gye-Nyame.com and be sure to download the podcast, because the conversation is about the... Boy, I know you're not in your... Okay, I'm glad you put on some pants and stuff like that, because I thought you was on... Now my son want to jump up in front of the camera. They get it honestly. They want to jump up and get all the limelight and all that. Hey, get it while you young. Hey, but but this the issue.
When one puts forth, one takes in. What we have is a culture of people who want to take in without putting forth. You know what I'm saying? You reap what you sow, or you know what I'm saying? If you don't sow, you don't reap. You know what I'm saying? And we got to really understand, man, the reality behind this point. Because it's like the universe works on a balance. That's one of the laws. There's a balance. When something is taken out, something has to be put back in. But we live in a culture where we try to take as much out, where we've been taught to take as much out as possible and put as little back as possible. You know what I'm saying? There was a time when ancient times, when even when we cut down a tree or we went out and we caught an animal, we leave an offering to the woods, or we would leave an offering to the forest for allowing us to take the tree, because we tried to maintain a balance. And we, for some reason, believe that we could get without giving, right? We forget the most important part about getting is giving, right? So we shy away from that. We rob ourselves because of that, right? And that's my take on it. Anybody else got anything on that?
Read it again, Hatem.
When one puts forth, one takes in.
Right. And so let me say this really quickly. With my 12th grade advanced placement students, one of the things that I've been talking to them about repeatedly is stop approaching class today like I'm having a conversation with you about when the next tickets for the next concert go on sale. When I'm speaking, it is important that you take notes, not because I'm asking you to write down things that are meaningless, but because the process of writing it down maps your brain in a way that it will take root. You are not going to learn anything necessarily that becomes a part of all of who you are by having a conversation. You have to do work to take in
That's right.
being given to you in order to make it a part of who you are and your everyday.
That's right. That's right. You know
How old is he?
How who? Cleve?
Yeah.
Cleve was 11. He's supposed to have his ass in bed.
It's early. Hey, Khalif.
Miss Janice said, "What's up, Cleve?"
Hi.
Okay, all right.
So, all right. Before we continue the conversation, I am right now drinking what I call the God body, ambrosia. Well, I'm about to finish this living line. Now, ambrosia, that cool, refreshing drink. We are sponsored. I got to, big up my sponsors, even though, I am the brewer, but G&J's ambrosia still sponsors me. All right. So, Kev, you got anything on that one?
No, I completely agree, man. Sometimes it's good to remember you need to give back when you receiving something,
right,
from anyone and anywhere.
Now I'm gonna say this, and one of the major pieces, because you starting your business sometime, and you're learning this if you haven't already learned this. Sometimes you got to give before you get. You know what I'm saying? Because I try to remind all the young people that I'm working with that oftentimes, like for example, my whole career started by me volunteering. You know what I'm saying? Walking in some place and volunteering until something was able to be given to me. You know what I'm saying? It sounds crazy. It sounds counterintuitive that I give and eventually somebody is going to get. But the universe has always proven to me that it's just. Has always proven that it's just. Because it's like we talk about these principles like truth, justice, righteousness, reciprocity, balance, order, and harmony. Reciprocity being a major one. Reciprocity is real, right? And we have to believe that, and we have to know that, even in our business. So sometimes, like for example, this is what's crazy. When I go somewhere and I give somebody a bottle of ambrosia, right? The amount of money that I paid for that bottle of ambrosia, them people usually give me back 10 times what I paid for that bottle for Gye-Nyame.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it has always been like that. My whole life my life is a testament of giving and then receiving. You know what I'm saying? In this culture, they teach us to receive, right? So we go in our community, we always looking for a break. We're always looking for, you know what I'm saying? It's hard for us to start businesses in our community because everybody is looking for the break. Nobody wants to start the cycle that we used to have. I don't know if people really understand that at one point in time, we were the hustlers of the world. You know what I'm saying? People wanted to have markets like we had. You know what I'm saying? People would be bartering. We would barter and we would, you know what I'm saying, give and get. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason, we shut that whole damn thing. We shut that whole hustle side of us down. Oh, my fault.
People blind as, the media, they're doing their job. You know what I'm saying? They ain't letting up.
The media is successful because people don't have the ability to discern.
Right.
I mean, when I'm a news head. I look at the news all the time, but every moment I'm able to discern the truth from what I think is propaganda. But the vast majority of Americans are not able to do that. They believe what they hear and what they see, and they don't look for the credibility of the sources from which they're getting the information from.
Right. No one cares about if it's true or not. It's about who can get the information out first. Who can get it out fastest.
I just told my students today, oftentimes we are in a post-truth society. It's not about the truth. It's about what sounds good to people.
Right. Yeah. And who said it first?
That's right.
But you got some valuable points.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
You got some pretty valuable points on that subject. But you can't change the whole world. As long as you follow on a good righteous path, man, and hopefully everybody else will see, come to their senses and realize, it's a better way,
Right.
See, and now just another point too I'm gonna make. It don't take a lot of us. See, this is the point. You know what I'm saying? Me giving to you in a sense, our relationship is a result of this put forth, one takes in. You know what I'm saying? I put out the seeds, you took them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Literally, your ass stole them and jumped over the fence and ran away for a couple of years. You came. But you came back.
A couple distractions along the way, but I did come back.
You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Came back strong, right?
Right.
And remain and have remained steadfast in that, right? Go put that back, baby. The point that I'm trying to make is, it's like we don't have to change a lot. I mean, I just want you to imagine if just 7 other brothers that we had in the house decided to really just start doing this type of give and take just between us, where would we be? Or what would we be able to do at this point in time? Mm-hmm. Same with Janice. If we kept enough of contact with the people in the groups that we were working with on campus, what could we be doing just at Ohio State alone, which is a $1 billion business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We have to, so the point is, it don't take a lot of us. It don't take all of us. Because the fact of the matter is that some of us just don't belong. You know what I'm saying? Because one of the things that I learned definitely from Just Us days when I was on campus, just because you black don't mean you part of us.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We learned that the hard way. You know what I'm saying?
Way. That's right.
And I'm making sure that you know that, Kevin, as my son, and Cleve know that, because it's like, if people are not, because this is why this chapter on sacrifice is so important to me. If people are not willing to give, right, we shouldn't reveal secrets to them. They shouldn't be able to become part of the brotherhood and the sisterhood, because sacrifice is what keeps it going. It was our ancestors' sacrifice that built them kingdoms. It was sacrifice that did that shit. That wasn't luck. That wasn't magic. That was sacrifice and the true libations, blood, sweat, and tears. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? All this other magical, mystical shit that people be talking about. You know what I'm saying? It was none of that. It was struggle. It was pain. You know what I'm saying? It was suffering. But when there's suffering going on, it's easier to suffer as a group. It's easier to suffer as a group. All right, let me turn this mic off for a minute. I gotta hold on for 1 second. I'm sorry. Excuse me, viewing public. Damn, I forgot I was live on Facebook. All right, y'all still there? Hello?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I forgot I was live on Facebook, so I can't tune it out. So thank God I ain't get up. All right. So so let's move on to the next one. Let's see. Say the knowledge holders. Loving cannot be done without sacrifice. Thus linking is not made without sacrifice. Ooh. Man. Loving cannot be done without sacrifice. This throws a whole new perspective on that word, don't it?
Yeah, buddy.
You know what I'm saying? I can't be talking about loving you if I ain't willing to make no sacrifices. And it is, you know what I'm saying? And it's like my relationship with Cleve, who's supposed to be in bed, but is down here in front of my face right now. Our relationship, me and Cleve's relationship, requires sacrifice. As a father, there's certain sacrifices I have to make. You know what I'm saying? Any relationships in our lives, all of them requires us to make sacrifices. And they says, the last part is, thus linking is not made without sacrifice. I mean, fraternities know this. Sororities know this. Police departments know this. Military exercise this. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's going to have to be a small part of us that exercises this truth. Some form of sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Loving cannot be done. Because I be hearing people, I love the people. But you know what I'm saying? They don't do nothing but talk. That ain't sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? We got kids in school. We need volunteers in every not even every major city. Wherever there are black children in schools, we need black men and women to go in and volunteer. When you take your lunch break and you get your ass up and you come down and you talk to these kids so that they can see that there's something else. So they can see. I mean, it's incredible, man. The simple sacrifices that people can make. Everybody thinking it had to be something major, like I'm gonna spring for this kindergarten class to go to college. Mm-hmm. Why don't you spring for that kindergarten class to you to go down there and volunteer and read to them once a week?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You go to a middle school and talk to some of those, because middle schools are horrible. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because it's young people looking for identity, right? Who better to help them shape their identities than people who have been through what they've been through and have acquired some form of success in their life? Because one of the things that I learned a long time ago, and Kevin is one of my proofs of this. They can act like they're not listening, but they're listening. They may act disrespectful, but they're listening. You know what I'm saying? You will get frustrated, but say what you need to say and move on. Because one of those young people one day will come up to you and say, I heard you. I heard you. Right? And that's one of the most powerful feelings you get. And the piece is there can be no linking without sacrifice. You can't link with nobody. You can't connect with nobody without sacrifice. And it's like I was having a conversation today with somebody, and can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
And we was talking about relationships on the job, relationships in schools. And it's like everybody in the schools want to maintain this professional aura, which means that you have a screen between you and the children and you and the parents. And professionally, you can have a professional relationship with the children. But what the children need less of is they already got enough professionals in their life. Professional hustlers, professional crack smokers, professional buffoons on TV, professional professional fuckery singers on the radio. You know what I'm saying? They got enough professionals in their life. They need individuals that understand that, what is it? Loving cannot be done without sacrifice. You gotta take some chances. I ain't saying put your license on the line, but you got to reach out in some form of fashion. Because linking cannot be made without sacrifice. I'm sorry, I'm running on. And somebody else want to hit on that one?
Now go ahead.
All right. We are, oh my God. I won't hold up the audience no more because we are at 10:01 and I try to keep the shows short. I want to, of course, I want to give the teacher an opportunity to give some of her last wise words and, let her know that I've been missing her. I don't know. I understand you. I understand you under siege over there in Detroit. I mean, literally. Listen, I understand. You know what I'm saying? But, every now and then reach out and let us know you're doing all right. Understand. And then, I'm waiting for the blog to jump back off, baby. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm having it's a lot going on, and I'm having, I am truly and deeply an Aquarian, and so I need to spend a little bit more time coming out my head instead of living in my head. Everything will be cool. Just give me a little while. But let me say this. I am very, very, that's part of the reason for my absence. I'm very, very concerned with the response or lack of response from communities of color across this nation about what is looming in the midst. Because the incoming administration, I think, is going to kind of force us, directly or indirectly, to turn toward one another because we all we got. Woo. And we're not going to be getting all of those safety nets, all of that support that used to, and I'm not saying we looked to it necessarily, but all of that kind of support that used to come from the federal government is absolutely going to go away. And so I'm hopeful that rather than turn to desperate acts that only harm us, because it is us, we live amongst each other, we are going to have to reach out to each other to find our way, to find a better way. And so I'm going to try and very intentionally be a part of this every week. I just got to, and I know that there are people less fortunate than me that are making things happen. So I'll be back, bruh. Don't worry. I'm concerned about the both silence and seeming lack of understanding of what we are in the midst of. And so those of us, like you said, how this all started, those of us who are conscious, I think, have added responsibility to teach those who we know are still asleep.
Absolute responsibility. And I couldn't have said it better. But it's almost like you've been reading my mind, man, because actually this administration might do more for us
Right.
than everybody else because, like you said, they're going to force us to have to turn to one another.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we might have to, or a lot of us might have to move to a city like Detroit that has been forgotten. You know what I'm saying? And start building that shit back up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because the opportunity is there. It's just cold as hell up there in the wintertime. And I'm trying to get away from this cold. I don't know about moving from one cold place to another. But the opportunities are there. And what we have to understand, we all, as you said, we all we got.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
What was it? C&B? We all we got. Am I my brother's keeper?
Flashback. Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter, that's the truth. I mean, because and what I love about it is, and this is what everybody might be falling off for, man. Our people have proven time and time again, we are at our best when our back is up against the wall. So I'm praying that the great pumpkin unleashes the fire, because I love to see, and the way he is, his arrogance. I love to be in a conflict with somebody as arrogant as himself, because it's such a powerful thing when he underestimates his competition and gets smashed.
Mm-hmm.
We had the opportunity to do that. We are living in a dynamic time. We are living. This is going to be a moment in history that will echo throughout all time, and they're gonna be talking about the shit that we did or we didn't do in this next administration, and I'm loving it. I'm loving the opportunity. I'm loving the chance. I'm loving the fact that you posting up the words that you post up on there, because some of our young people need to know that people in our age group, we ain't forgot. We just can't reach all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not alone. So, hey, you know, I got people tuning in. Y'all coming in kind of late, but hey, I want to send shots out. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Miss Jackson? What's up, Shady Dawns? I'm drinking that guy body. You know what I'm saying? But Miss Janice, I want to thank you for hitting us up. The teacher, hold on, I forgot. I gotta ring the bell for you. Hold on. The teacher is in the classroom. Hey, you in the back, sit down. Sit down. All right. But yo, I want to thank everybody that tuned in. I see you there. I want to thank everybody that tuned in, and I want to thank you. I want to thank you for taking the time to join us for this talk. Those of you that are just now tuning in, be sure to go back and listen to the video. But I would advise you, so that you can get the conversation between myself and the teacher, you go and go to Gye-Nyame.com. This one will be up probably until next week, because I got to go back and it'll be up until probably next Tuesday. So go and check it out. And with that, this is Brother Hatim, and I'm out. And peace to you, Sister Janice.
Peace. I'll talk to you next week.
Yes. Bye-bye. I see you, Dons. You know, I'm just start.